Hey everyone, Tyler here, bringing you another battle report. Due to current restrictions in our area, we're not able to do in-person gaming. So with that in mind, this is a Tyler vs. Tyler battle report. As I've mentioned the past couple times I've done this, it's simply a way for me to practice using another faction, and also is great because it's just going to offer more entertainment for you, so win-win, right? So it's a classic matchup of Hive Fleet Behemoth taking on the Ultramarines. In this 2,000 point report, I have just a battalion detachment for the Tyranids. So we'll take a look at what we have here for the Tyranids and jump over and talk about the Ultramarines. So I brought a flying Hive Tyrant with the Scythes of the Tyran relic. He has two sets of monster scything talons, with one being replaced with the relic, adrenal glands, toxin sacs, murderous size, adaptive physiology, and he also has psychic scream and unstoppable hunger for powers. You can also watch the recent Tyranid Tactica video on Hive Tyrants if you want to learn more about the Murder Tyrant or just about different loadouts for Tyrants specifically. Then I brought the Swarmlord with Catalyst and Onslaught. Old One Eye, again going for that classic matchup of Behemoth taking on the Ultramarines. Then I have 6 Zoanthropes with Psychic Scream. In the troop slot we have 10 Termagants, 10 Termagants, 10 Hormagaunts, and then a unit of 3 Rippers. One thing I want to mention out, going over the army list here as well, all of the patrons from our Patreon page for a few of the tiers actually get to become models in my army. So one of the patrons has selected the Rippers, so they are being represented by Teos, a wonderful patron there. So we're simply just going to call those the Teos Rippers. Then moving into one of the elite slot, the Lictor. Then into the heavy support slot, my Trygon is going to be a Moloch for this game. I really need to get a Moloch. You've got 3 Carnifexes. They have double scything talons, spore cysts, and adrenal glands. They're simply kitted out like that because my son likes magnetizing the Tyranids up, and he said that looks the coolest. So, not actually crushing claws. Then we have the Barbed Hero Duel. Another Patreon has chosen this model to represent him on the battlefield. So this is Brian the Barbed Hero Duel. So we'll see how it's going to be doing. I spent 1 CP to give it Dermic Symbiosis, and it's 2,000 points of the Tyranids. On the other side of things, here we have 2,000 points of Ultramarines. So this is a battalion detachment. I tried my hand at going with something a little bit different. Brought something that I hope is going to be fun, and it just to me feels very like very Ultramarine, if we can say that. So it's a battalion detachment. In my HQ slot, I have a Primaris Captain with the. I'm probably going to butcher a few of the loadouts here, but I'm doing my best to remember everything offhand. He has the Relic Shield, I believe it's called, and the Mastercrafted Power Sword. That's pretty much it for him. Then I brought a Chapter Master, which is just a firstborn captain, but spent the CP to make him a Chapter Master, and I took the Warlord trait that allows me to gain a CP in my command phase for a 4-up roll. Then I brought a Primaris Chaplain. He has the Litany of Hate that gives 2 inches to charges for people around him. I can't remember the name of that one. Then into the elite slot, we brought an Apothecary, and then I upgraded him to a Chief Apothecary, spent another CP to give him a Warlord trait. I think I have in total 8 CP altogether for the Ultramarines here. Sorry, he actually has the Burning Blade. I knew there was something else with him, so a relic there. And then, so he's a chief apothecary with that Warlord trait, so I'm going to be bringing back, hopefully, my Blade Guard veterans. So 3 of them, a Neo-Volkite pistol as well. Just had the points at the end. Blade Guard Ancient. Then I brought 3 company veterans, all with Combi Plasma. They're going to be rolling up the middle with the Primaris Captain, kind of spearhead going through there. 8 Assault Intercessors. And then we have 5 Tactical Marines. The Meltas are proxying as this one's Combi Plasma on the Sergeant, then a Plasma Rifle. Then moving over to the next squad, the Grab Weapons, same thing, Plasma and Combi Plasma. Then over here, back here, then we have the actual Plasma, so that is correct there. Moving into the transports, 2 Rhinos with Stormbolter, 3 Outriders, 3 Centurions. They have the las cannons, the twin las cannons I think it is, and the Centurion missile launchers. Then I have 3 Eradicators, and then a Devastator squad with the Cherub, and they have las cannons, and a plasma cannon each. And that is 2,000 points of Ultramarines taking on Hive Fleet Behemoth. The mission we're playing today is Surround and Destroy. So we're going to take a look at the table here. I'm also just going to grab a die real quick because we're going to find out who's choosing deployment zones. So Surround and Destroy sees a deployment zone of 10 inches up on either longboard edge, and then has 6 objectives in total. So one right inside of this terrain, you'll see in a second. One here, one there. This isn't actually inside. This is just true line of sight blocking for this match. So little spot there for the objective. Then the other one's on the other side of this piece of terrain. One here, and then one inside here. Again, this is just being treated as true line of sight. It's not actually being counted as runes or anything, just for simplicity's sake, for how it moves, which is kind of a little building there. So that is deployment, all said and done. And we're going to find out who gets to pick which side. So big roll coming here. One thing I'm going to mention as well, I'm getting actually some special dice done up for this, but there is, with our Patreons, one of the tiers brings you the patronic dice roll. So at one point in the game, either player can select a dice that has the patron's name on it for a very important roll. So be it needing a high damage roll, or maybe a roll to get a final kill on something, or a big armor save. You can grab the patronic dice, you shout out their name, and see if the patron is going to bring glory or ruin upon your forces. So here we go. We're going to find out who gets to pick deployment zone. Ultramarine and the Tyranids. Here it's the green. Tyranids win the day here. So they're going to take a look at the table and find out which side they are going to be going for in the end here. Very quickly, I forgot to mention the secondaries as well that be taking in this mission. So Tyranids went with deploy scramblers, engage on all fronts, and assassinate, being that there is 15 points on the table against the Ultramarines for killing them characters off. Ultramarines went with Oaths of Moment, gonna go for bring them down, being I think there is 13 points available for that, so just about the same as the Tyranids in terms of the assassinate. And then the Ultramarines are also going to go for raise the banners high, I think is the other one that they're going to take in this mission. So that's it. We'll come back after deployment's done, find out who is going to go first in this 2,000 point classic matchup. All right, folks, so we've gone ahead and deployed. By we, I mean me. So with the Tyranids, I chose this side. It was kind of tough. I really didn't know which side would play out better. I felt this side earlier in the game would benefit me a bit more. This is obscuring terrain there, so you can't see through. Like there's actual little holes right there. That's the idea. So it is kind of a nice block coming around early. I think it'll be much better to move forward and be a bit more protected with the stuff I need to launch forward, versus if I was on that side, I'd have to kind of come up through the middle. Marines could have easily just sat here, hammered anything that came through the middle there, and then even on that side, it would have been a harder time to move forward. So looking at my deployment, I got my Moloch, Lictor, and Rippers doing their thing, appearing, tunneling, and bigger tunneling. Gaunt's here holding the objective, which is right in the corner. Barbed Hero Duel, that was a tough one. The other thing with the other side of the table is I could hide the Barbed Hero Duel, but I felt like it would have hindered me a bit more with positioning. I can also hold this objective very easily, and it's going to be hard for the Marines to get me there. I got the Zoanthropes sitting in the middle to float a boat and smite. I don't know which side. Looks like there's going to be some solid screening being done. Carnifex is lined along here with Old Wanted being in range of this Carnifex, which will ensure that he'll be okay sitting there in the open, or open-ish. For the first turn, Murder Tyrant sitting right here, again with this obscuring terrain in the middle. He's feeling quite more protected. Swarmlord in behind as well to slingshot whoever needs it, likely the Tyrant. Then over this way, Termagants and Hormagaunts. They're low enough that they should be able to hide from most everything except for the Rhinos, but I mean, even still, like there's enough bodies there that I'm not too worried about that. Onto the Marine side, lots of bodies. Normally when I play Marines, which is very rare, being that I've been kind of picking away at the Necroforce, and obviously Tyranids are my first love. But I brought lots of bodies. Normally I try and bring all kinds of tanks, drop pods. I know drop pods aren't insanely expensive, but I just went for more bodies on the table. So this is, I don't know, I feel very good about the Marine side right now. I'm confident in my Tyranids, but obviously I know Behemoth's not the best fleet, but I'm always up for a challenge. So we got 5 TAC Marines there, Rhino, Intercessor Squad. This wedge right here is going to be tough to deal with. 3 Blade Guard, where is he? Apothecary in range of pretty much all the units right in here. Chaplain, Captain, the veterans right there protecting this side. So if the Murder Tyrant decides to come over this way, he's going to have to engage at least 2 units. It's actually going to be, I don't think he'll be able to actually get in. Not enough space, and I made sure I was an inch away from the terrain there, so the Tyrant can't actually get into engagement range with anyone within this section on the first turn, which is huge. At least I think. I mean, there's still the double move Swarmlord in advance, but yeah, I don't think. Then over here, the other Rhino, Outriders, other tack squad right there, protecting that side of the Blade Guard. Over here, we got the Eradicators behind the other Rhino. Veteran, Blade Guard veteran sitting near the Devastators, Centurions, and the Eradicators. So if any of them happen to pop, there's a chance for them to fire again. Chapter Master sitting right there to give us buff to whoever needs it, being the core units there, Devastators and these guys. Then he needs to reroll 1 aura. So first turn idea is these guys are also not touching the terrain there, so they're back. I know they can technically get engaged, which is a bit of a risky move. I know the Murder Tyrant could go for them, but I'd almost rather that over some other stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much all I could do there. So they'll move in, spend some CP, and stay still with that. Then these guys sitting over here, they're obscured by this, and the whole idea is having these lone guys here, and then with the Centurions coming up, I'll be able to deny the Lictor, especially first turn. If the Ultramarines get it, these guys can spread over, and essentially there's not a lot of shooting coming at me outside of the Barb here duel, so a little bit different there. Really missing my Hive Guard right now. They would shine this particular moment. So we're going to roll off for first turn. I'm grabbing these 2 dice. We have the 1 purple dice representing the Progeny dice, and that is Brian. So he has the 1 Progeny dice so far. So we're going to save this for a time in need. We'll see who feels dire first, the Tyranids or the Ultramarines. But I'm going to let this be a dice roll off here to find out who's going first in this battle report. The Tyranids need it. The Ultramarines are going to get positioned pretty well. Well, at the same time in saying that, if anyone moves forward, it is going to open the door up for the Murder Tyrant. But there's not a lot of shots that can kind of come off first turn. So I don't know. It's going to be hard to say. So really, it's just, is that Barb here duel going to get slapped? Because there's nowhere I can hide, and there's windows everywhere. So let's find out, though, who's going first in this battle. I'm very excited to see this go down. The Ultramarines. Poor Tyranids. Poor Tyranids. All right, it's okay. I'm used to this. Playing on my home turf against myself, even. Ultramarines get first turn in this battle report, so big advantage there, but we'll see how much they can do with it. Do they just take the ground and position themselves for a bunch of charges to come through? We'll come back and find out after the movement. And as I mentioned on the YouTube channel, the community page, I am going to film a bit more of the dice rolls in this report. I'm not going to do everything, like every single advance roll, or if there's like a pistol shooting, I'm not going to do that. But if we get into units like obviously the Devastator shooting, the Barbed shooting, some psychic powers, like the offensive ones, we'll capture those moments in this. Just so it's going to be kind of a longer, but not as long as a normal report. I still value the condensed format, being it's easier to follow along with, and it's not as huge of a time commitment. I already know this video is already a bit longer than normal because I'm here by myself, rambling to myself. To you, the viewer, who is not viewing this yet, it is me alone in the basement. Hilarious. All right, so let's jump into some Ultramarines. Let's see how we do. Actually, we'll capture that first roll. Am I getting an extra command point back? I am. Oh, Ultramarines off to a hot start. So Ultramarines move. A quick correction on the CP. I messed up. Taking into account the Chapter Master, Chief Librarian upgrades as well. I don't know why in my head I was like they cost CP, but it was points. Again, forgive me there. Playing Ultramarines for the first time actually with this new codex. So I am at 13 CP altogether, having generated that 1 extra CP at the start of the command phase for the Ultramarines to the 11 starting out for the Tyranids. I was at 11 as well because I spent an extra CP giving the Warlord trait to the Apothecary. That's it. All right, let's go. So, into Ultramarines. Turn 1. All right, so movement has been completed for the Ultramarines. So over this way, these guys just move forward through the banner up on that side. The back here, the Devastators moved up into the building. They can see the barbed hero duel through the window that is down right there. Centurions, they only one could get line of sight drawn to the barbed hero duel, so I used them to more kind of block the characters here, because the Tyrant can potentially come over and land this way. And the big thing there is if anything charges into this area, I can pop the Defender strat, which will allow them, and them, plus the strat to Overwatch, so tons of Overwatch between all of them. Into the middle of the Blade Guard, only getting a 1 for their advance roll. Would have liked that to be a bit more, but I think I'd almost want to keep them more defensive. Apothecary moved up with the Chaplain right there. And then on this side, we have a bunch of Plasma guys all in range to fire at the Tyrant right there. And then over this way, these guys just moved up over to this spot, just staying hidden, throwing banners up there. Assault Intercessors move forward with the Rhino grabbing that objective. Then over this way, the Bikers moved and Turbo Booster advanced into the middle, so they're in oath range there. The Rhino moved up just to kind of roadblock this way, kind of prevent anything from coming at them right there. So big thing for that, the Tyrant will have to kind of sit back if he wants to smite to try and kill off the tank, because if that tank doesn't get killed in the shooting phase, which it actually don't think it can, the barb can't get to it. So the barb could come around, it would have to make kind of a long haul charge, but we'll see. So feel good about positioning. No psychic powers for me. So we're gonna go right into shooting and see what happens. Oh, and these guys moved in advance there. I'm trying to play a little bit slower instead of just throwing all my things forward and dying. All right, so we'll jump into First bit of shooting about to go down. I have my veteran squad. There are 3 of them. Forgot to mention I did spend 1 CP, dropping me down to 12 to fire at the Hive Tyrant. I can't target Old One Eye because of the stinking Alpha Beast, his ability. So I spent the CP to put these guys into Tac Doctrine, allowing them to fire with Rapid Fire. And they are going to supercharge as well. And they get to reroll rolls of 1s thanks to the captain nearby. And the tac squad that's up there, they got the buff to reroll all their hit rolls from the chapter master, being that their core. Oh, sorry, these guys got that roll. I don't know what. The captain's gonna buff everyone there. So I'm gonna do these one at a time, just being that a guy could die. So first shot's coming in. We got 2 hits. Next shot. We got 2 hits. Next one. We got 6 hits. All right, Hive Tyrant. So looking for 3s to wound. And I will not spend a CP. I'm pretty satisfied with that. So 5 involved saves coming in from the Tyrant. So looking for 4s to wound against the Barb Hero Duel. Forgot to mention too the Signum. I kind of forgot about it, but I will use it for a las cannon. So here we go. Ooh, not bad at all. So that is 3 plasmas going through. So I guess I'll resolve that. So I do have my 5-up involved from Dermic Symbiosis. So 3 of these coming through, and I don't have any more rerolls. So past 1, so that is 4 damage on the barbed. Then we have the 2 las cannon shots coming through. So roll these one at a time. This is the ballistic skill, or the hitting on 2+. Got it. Then the other guy. Got it. So go through looking for 3s. Got them both. So could be bad. 2 more 5-ups for my Barb Hero Duel. Past 1. So how much damage? 5. I'm going to keep that. Yikes. So in total, that is 9 damage done to the Barb Hero Duel. So good volley there coming from the Space Marines. And honestly, I think that sums up the turn. I quickly fired with this guy off camera. He shot at the Hormagaunt, so you can see a couple of the Stormbolter. Didn't do anything, but that is it. So did some damage. Definitely would have liked to kill that Hive Tyrant, and all in all, I think I did pretty well against that Barbed Hero Duel. But now it's the Tyranid's turn to retaliate. So as it stands right now, I've got 2 banners set up to rack up some points. Bring it down has been started, chipping away at those big guys. And then Osa Moment is on the table so long as these guys survive. So that's the thing. If something comes in to kill them, well, the Tyrant is pretty much the only one that's going to be able to do it. And even then, he's going to have to be sitting right by all this stuff or get hammered by Meltas, that and that. So good setup, I feel like I got going here. But we're going to flip over now to the Tyranid side and see how everything so 5 involved saves coming up, or else 2 damage each. This is not good news for the Tyrant. Oh no. Dropped a die there, so 2 failed so far. And next one coming in. 3 failed, so that's 6 damage dropping down to half. I'm debating on command rolling that. There's 2 more sets of plasma coming in. Really, there's not a whole lot else that I need a command roll for. Now I'll just take it, so we'll see what happens with the next one. So 6 damage done. We'll jump right into the next shooting to come at him, which will be from the attack squad. So there's 2 plasmas, so this will be the sergeant. Gets reroll the 1s. Thank goodness. So 2 hits. Next one. I don't get to reroll that. So, and these are supercharging again. So look for 3s. 2 more. So 2 more involves. Poor Mr. Murder Tyrant. Fail. And I think there's still bolter shots to come in. So that puts me down to 4 wounds with my Tyrant. And I don't think there's nothing else shooting at him. This is a toughie. I think I am going to go for the command point reroll. I do have all those devastators that are going to be shooting at my barbed, and I really need him to stay well. Yeah, I'm going to go for the command point on the Tyrant. Come on, this is it. Yes. So at 6 altogether. Then there is a total of. Actually, I messed it up, but works out because I didn't lose any wounds. Those guys are not rapid firing. Dropped a die there. So that means I should only hit 2 shots for each of them. So all good. In the end, it worked out, but I still have 3 more bolters. Maybe they'll do something. Reroll the 1 from the captain. And that is a wound. So save coming up, just a standard save. Passed. So the Tyrant's alive with 6 wounds. Ooh, that was dicey for a moment. But that's it for shooting coming at the Tyrant on this side of the table. So now we're going to move into the Devastators, firing at a Barbed Hero. So looking for 4s to wound against the Barbed Hero duel. Forgot to mention to the Signum, I kind of forgot about it, but I will use it for a las cannon. So here we go. Ooh, not bad at all. So that is 3 plasmas going through. So I guess I'll resolve that. So I do have my 5-up involved from Dermic Symbiosis. So 3 of these coming through, and I don't have any more rerolls. So past 1, so that is 4 damage on the barbed. Then we have the 2 las cannon shots coming through. So roll these one at a time. This is the ballistic skill, or the hitting on 2+. Got it. Then the other guy. Got it. So go through looking for 3s. Got them both. So could be bad. 2 more 5-ups for my Barbed Hero duel. Past 1. So how much damage? 5. I'm going to keep that. Yikes. So in total, that is 9 damage done to the Barbed Hero duel. So good volley there coming from the Space Marines. And honestly, I think that sums up the turn. I quickly fired with this guy off camera. He shot at the Hormagaunt, so you can see a couple with the Stormbolter. Didn't do anything, but that is it. So did some damage. Definitely would have liked to kill that Hive Tyrant, and all in all, I think I did pretty well against that Barbed Hero duel. But now it's the Tyranid's turn to retaliate. So as it stands right now, I've got 2 banners set up to rack up some points. Bring it down has been started, chipping away at those big guys. And then Osa Moment is on the table so long as these guys survive. So that's the thing. If something comes in to kill them, well, the Tyrant is pretty much the only one that's going to be able to do it. And even then, he's going to have to be sitting right by all this stuff or get hammered by Meltas, that and that. So good setup, I feel like I got going here. But we're going to flip over now to the Tyranid side and see how everything looks. So that's movement done with the Tyranids. So these guys threw down scramblers. Barbed Hero came up this way. He does have a small bead on that Centurion guy right there, so he'll be able to fire at them. Zoanthropes only got a 1-inch on their advanced roll, so they just popped up. I'm just obviously going to hammer down on that. I was hoping to get a bit more distance, come over this way and start shooting into the center there, but dice weren't having it today. And then the Carnifexes, or starting with Old One Eye, sent him over this way. I'm going to send him around over here to start rampaging about on that side. I'm pretty confident that he'll be able to take these guys out and then at least deny that objective. And then he has a Carnifex friend. So what happened was, starting with this guy who was right here, rolled the advance roll, hoping to get him far and onslaught. That was like one that was closest. Rolled a 1, spent a CP, rolled another 1. So I kept him there. He advanced, so he's not going to be charging. Then I rolled for these guys. He was the next one that was right there. I got a 1 on the advance roll again, so he shifted over just to, he's not against the terrain or anything like that. So he's just hiding there. I'm waiting. And then the other Carnifex who was here rolled a 5, so he zipped right over in front of Old One Eye. So Old One Eye is also in 6 inches, so Swarmlord can swing shot him, onslaught him, and it's I think a 6-inch charge. So since I have adrenal glands, will get me in there, which is handy. Then that's pretty. Oh, and then the Hive Tyrant. I wasn't sure what I was going to do about him. I was going to send him in just to take stuff out, but I thought, okay, I'm going to deny the point in the middle, kill that. Ideally, kill off the Rhino as well. If not, when I charge these guys, I'll just zip over to the side and then leap out of there. Hopefully, if I kill them, I know transhumans on the table, and then overrun myself to safety. At least over there. I know there's some guys there, but the best I can do is just keep him alive and stay harassing. The whole idea here is if I can pull this center wedge apart a little bit, I know I can kind of chew apart on them. Right now, this driving force coming straight at me is going to be hard to deal with. But we'll come back into some psychic rolls now and see how the old Tyranids do. Movement was blunt. Another thing to mention too, I had to regenerate a wound with him, so I'm down to 9 CP after re-rolling that advanced roll with the Carnifex. I only gained 1 wound back, but it was enough to gain my 16-inch movement. So let's see some psychic rolls here. So Zoanthropes are going to hammer down at the Rhino, starting off with Smite, going first. So let's take a look, see if we get Super Smite here and go wild. Oh, man. Well, that's a CP. Oh, that's rough. That is so rough. So let's see if they can get it done this time. Why? All right, how many wounds did they lose? A wound. Okay, it's not so bad. Oh my goodness, this is not going to be a good turn. All right, so Psychic Screaming with them, I guess. Rather lose wounds on them than the Tyrant. Goes off for 2 wounds onto the Rhino, and then just moving right along with Psychic Powers. The Hive Tyrant will Catalyst himself. I don't know about that, because now the question is, do I Catalyst myself? Sure, he stays alive, or do I do it on Old One Eye where some heat's going to be coming in on him, and I really need Old One Eye to just be a beat stick over there. That's the thing. An Old One Eye doesn't have an invul. Ooh, tough decision. This is. I think I'm going to have to give it to the Hive Tyrant. I really need him to stay alive and zip over this way. So, Catalysting the Hive Tyrant. Goes off. Nice. Then into a Smite with the Hive Tyrant. Going at the Rhino. Gotta be kidding me. He takes, well, Catalyst, it takes 2 wounds. Oh my goodness. This is just atrocious. I'm playing myself too, and being honest. I can just re-roll this, but I'm not. Oh, this is painful. Yeah, so that's it for him. Cool. Oh man. And then over here, onslaughting the Carnifex. This is a big roll. No. Oh my gosh. Well, I think this game is not going to be going well. So, and he can't see anyone. So that's it for Psychic Phase. Atrocious. Oh my god. So into the shooting phase now. The Barbecue Duel. I've spent 2 CP to use Pathogenic Slime, shooting at those Centurions. See if I can chew apart at least 1 or 2 of them. So here we go. See if I can get it done with these guys. So, first wave. The first wave is the volley here, so it's 12 shots. Not bad. Then we're looking for 3s to wound. Oh my gosh. Oh, my Tyranids are betraying me. Oh, these green dice are betraying me. So only 3 go through. Ultramarine dice here. So it's going to be a 4-up save. I can roll 2 at a time here. 4-up. This is and the last one. So 3 damage goes through, which means there is a Centurion with 1 wound. I will choose. Probably this guy. I want to keep the Sergeant alive. All right, well, that's shooting done. Oh, and then old one, I just slingshot it over this way, getting ready to charge in. So this is not looking good, folks. I'm sorry, Tyranid fans. So, well, we may as well just jump right into the charge phase. As that is it. So, Hive Tyrants charging in there as the Ultramarines. I am not going to Overwatch because there's just save the CP. It's not a huge deal. So, charging in with the Tyrant, see what I get. That's all I need. I'm going to go over here though, so as to stay 3 inches away from another enemy unit, so that way I can overrun. I'm going to actually charge with the Zoanthropes as well. See if we can get in down there. Reason being is that if they make it in and charge it, they'll be safe. They can't be shot at. And if the Marines fall back, that's another point lost. So, big charge. 8-inch. I'm going to double check that. I think that should do it. So, yeah, it'd be 3-3, and then 2 inches forward, which should put me in engagement. So that's done. They did make it in. 8 was exactly what they needed, so they're in engagement there, placed them that way so nothing can get charged in. Then we'll see for old One Eye. His friend can't charge. Oh, that hurts so much. This guy I was going to charge in, but then I don't want to go in, just leave the Barb here duel sitting there and give a whole bunch of extra movement for these guys coming up and charging. So the Barb is going to have to just sit there and hopefully not die from getting hammered. So Brian, we're counting on you here. All right, old 1A charging, just rolling for purposes. He made it, so it's obviously a multi-charge, and that will put him within an inch of both of those units there. So that's it. I'm going to gather up the dice here and then see who we're going to start with. The Marines potentially could do some interrupting, which could be bad. So probably going to start with the Tyrant. Starting with the Hive Tyrant, I am going to attack there first. The Ultramarines have spent a CP on transhuman to keep hopefully those bikes alive. So attacking first. Oh, losing those wounds hurts so bad with that barrels. So here we go. Looking for some 6s here. Aha, and I'll hit. Look at that. So that's going to give us 2 extra attacks or hit rolls, and it's okay. Oh, I do get 3 roll 1s, I believe. I'm going to double check that right quick with the Scythes. It does not get the reroll there. I always get that confused, where it is like a Scything Talon, but no. So looking for 4s with no rerolls or anything because of transhuman. So give me at least 3 4-ups here, and they are gone. That's 2. Oh, do I spend the CP? I'm already like, I'm at 6. I'm hurting. I have to, I think. Yeah, I have to, because if I don't kill them. All right, big roll, big roll. And you know what? Early in, Brian, I'm using the Patronic dice here. That's it. This is the big roll, because Tyranids have been hurt so hard. If I don't make this roll, I'm in a bad place, and CP are going to be low. So dropping down to 5 CP. Big one. Ah, no. No, no. All right, that's 2 bikes gone. I do have my tail attack. Hits. Does not wound. Oh, this is not good at all. So, 1 bike remains, and then we'll jump into Old 1A and see if he can at least get it done. Actually, the Marines are going to interrupt, though, and Old 1A will be attacked by some assault intercessors after I double check to see how many can make it into the combat. Into the combat there, the Ultramarines will not interrupt. There's only 3 guys will be able to fight, so not going to spend the 2 CP to do that. So Old 1A getting his 5 attacks. I'm using the Crushing Claws, being that I get to add essentially 2. I know you can only add 1, but the 1 negates the -1, and then the 1 adds to the hit roll. So hitting on 2s here, with 5 scoring an extra attack. So that's 6 altogether. 2s to crush them. There. I believe I'm gonna double check the crushing claws. I think are AP -3. Yes, so they do get a 6-up, so 5 6-ups for the Marines. So old one only kills 3 Marines. Oh, this is painful. This is painful. The tail attack, it didn't do anything, but very quickly I almost forgot the Immortal Battering Ram with old one eye. So on a 4-up and doing D3 mortals. No. Oh, my dice hate me today. So the attack's back coming from the Outrider Sergeant, the last guy left there. So looking for the 3s and then looking for 5s. That's 2. AP -1, so 2 4-up saves for Mr. Tyrant. Failed 1. Come on, Catalyst. Nope. So he is down to 4 wounds. All right. So that is that so far. And then over here we have 13 attacks coming in against the against old one eye. 3 guys in range, and one of them is the sergeant. So looking for 3s, re-rolling 1s because they are in range of the captain. No 1s though, but all in all, a very good hit roll. Looking for 5s as well here. Is 5 5s. So it's going to be 5 4-ups. One old one eye. Pass 2, so 3 go through on old one eye. All right, that is the end of the phase. Actually, I do have the Zoanthropes to do there, but I'm just gonna roll that off camera there. Just very quickly speed things along, but I am going to spend the 3 CP. I have to, or my Tyrant's dead. And the Ultramarines also get a point for oaths. So here we go, fighting again with the Tyrant. Come on, buddy. 2 extra. Man. All right, 1 4-up and he's gone. All right. Oh, man. I got him, and then I'm going to spend a CP, putting me down to 1. Oh, my goodness. What a brutal turn, and my Tyrant's going to leap away. Actually, I'm going to double-check the movement on him, which may actually influence things a bit, because I am only down to 4, which means I only have 12-inch movement. So I'll double-check that, resolve that combat, and that will be the end of the turn. Concludes Tyranid's turn 1. Down to 1 CP. I did actually want to do the overrun. I had enough to get the Tyrant back there, just get him safe. If he came over this way, these guys would have diced him up, and between everything else shooting, it was too risky not to do. So getting rid of them, though, that does deny a point for oaths. It gets rid of those fast Outriders, which essentially is going to keep these guys, my backfield guys, in the game pretty much the whole time. And, oh, sorry, I forgot to... The Zoanthropes moved up to contest this objective there, just piling in. I forgot to do that. They took a wound, so dropping it down to 7 after the Psychic Scream that went off. And then the Rhino dropping one down to 1 wound. Then quickly actually failed morale with these Marines. Needed a 6, rolled a 6. A guy ran, and then another guy ran. So had I killed one more, it would have, based off what I rolled there, it would have been all but 1 guy gone. So not bad there. Feeling a bit better for old One Eye's sake. But that is it. So, end result is 2 to 1 for the Tyranids, only getting 2 for engage. But I mean, at this point, that's all I can do. So, time for Marines. Turn 2, battle round 2, about to go down. All right, so Ultramarine movement is done. So Ultramarines, feeling very confident here, the way things are going. So these guys, they spread out, completely nulled out the deployment zone over here. Both plasma rifles have a line of sight at the hero duel. This thing fell back. I'm going to give up that point. It just makes so much more sense. Scoring 10 for primaries, 2 as well for banners. So these guys can come up, and his litany was inspiring, so adding 2 to the charge. These guys are going to go in, hopefully dice them up after a whole bunch of volleys come in, slamming them. These guys jumped in within 6, as well as the apothecary. These guys just moved up, getting within 24 there, and also just to see that Tyrant or Carnifex as well. The tank fell back. These guys move over, ready to finish off old One Eye more than likely. Tank nulled everything out over here. They're moving forward to hopefully go for this objective. And these guys spread out enough that the zone is nulled off for the Lictor. So the Tyranids really lost a lot of steam with that turn, just with the Psychic going as bad as it did. The Tyrant's still alive, but he is in rough shape. So that's it. I mean, the Moloch's still coming in, but still a lot of heavy hitters. And I was hoping to kill at least one of those Centurions, but them living was a big deal. That's it for movement. We're going to come back after a bit of shooting here, and I'll jump into a few key roles, but there's a lot of shooting go down, so I'll kind of speed through a little bit of it here. So everything except the Eradicators and Devastators and Centurions has fired. So that Carnifex is gone thanks to these guys chipping off 2 wounds. These guys chipping off 2 more, and then, these guys didn't do any wounds. These guys chipped off 2 wounds with the Plasma, being able to reroll, so they supercharge with the Captain being within 6. Then the 3 of these guys, I spent a CP for Sons of Guilliman and allowed me to reroll rolls of 1, and that ensured that all of them hit, because I got hit with everything except 1 dice was a 1, and then I rerolled it and I got it. Rolled the wounded, all 6 wounded in that Carnifex. It was Obliterate because I am in Tact Doctrine right now. Killed off a Zoanthrope with this thing shooting after falling back. Then all of these guys fired as well. Took this guy down another wound. Now we got the Eradicators firing in at Old One Eye and see if he can wither this storm. Oh, I am getting hammered here. Oh, look at that. And the Captain's not nearby. All right. Looking for 3s. Oh, this is a big roll. Oh. And I will spend a CP, the Ultramarines, because Old One Eye living is bad news. Yeah. Also, he's a character too, so he can heroically intervene there, which sucks. But, I mean, in the end, there's not a whole lot I could do. That was really bad. I'm just dying. So, come on, reroll. Oh! Retribution. Tyranid fans, rejoice. Oh, that's awesome for me. And bad for me. So, moving along here. Really hoping that I'm speaking as the Ultramarine player. Sorry, Brian, but that hero hopefully is going to die. But the Tyranid player in me now says, please don't. So I'm going to start with the Centurions getting some retribution, hopefully against. Actually, no, I'm going to start with the Devastators because I have more shots with the Centurions to go with the Zoanthropes. Centurions just get the reroll. Oh, they don't get any rerolls, right? Because they are not core, so forget that. But either way, I'm going to shoot at the Brian, the Barbed Hero Duel. So start with the missile launcher, so 3d3 for shots. So we've got one more there. All right, so looking for 3s. Oh, looking for 4s. Come on, Barbed Hero Duel. Is 2 of them there, so I just need to double check the AP on these and then we'll continue on. 5 ups to make. Come on, this is AP -2. Oh, 2 go through and not good for the Barb Hero Duel. So they are D3 damage apiece. So 2 of them, so 2 D3. Only 2 damage. I'll take it. Considering there's about to be 6 las cannons coming flying at me. So here we go. Hitting on 3s, this is big. Very big for me. Looking for 3s again. Oh no, so 3. 5 ups for Brian, the Hero Duel. So big money here, Brian. Patreon support here. So here we go. Your Patronic dice failed me, but not this time, right? Here we go. One at a time for tension's sake. No, and then... No, that's terrible. So, 3d6. Holy smokes. See ya, Hero Duel. Does he explode? Oh, this will be bad because I'm pretty sure he's in range of my Tyrant. I'll have to double check here. Please don't. Roll that was a drop die. Oh! Why? All right, I'm going to double check the range on that. I know my Zoanthropes get hit, but my Tyrant might be safe if it's only 3 inches. Fortunately, it's it for Ryan, and actually the Zoanthropes weren't range. Having killed, had that one kill that took them out of range, it was only 3 inches. Suffered 3 mortal wounds. That is pretty lucky. Not really, but anywho, moving on to the Devastators. Now firing at my Zoanthropes. So we've got the 2 plasma cannons. So how many shots are we getting? That is 2 there, and 3 with the other one. Rolling these separately, I'm going to make one of the las cannons ballistic skill 2, I think. Yeah. So here we go. First one. Reroll all hits thanks to the Chapter Master. Thank goodness. Oh no, one of my plasma guys blows up. So 3 plasmas, looking for 2s. So it is 2 saves so far with the plasma damage, and then we've got the 2 las cannons, ballistic skill 2, and then the normal one. 2s to wound as well. Okay, there we go. So 2 las, 2 plas. So we'll jump back over here to the unfortunate Tyranid side. I'm going to come over and roll where the Ultramarines have been rolling, just for any of you superstitious people out there. So the plasma, good, and the las. Oh, 1 goes through, and Zoanthrope has 2 wounds. So if I roll a 1, I do. So down to 1. I still have the Cherub with the Devastators, but I am certainly not going to spend it yet. I'm going to hold on to that, I think. So there we go. So shooting phase done. All in all, actually, that is, yeah, could have got a lot better. Now I'm like, do I charge in with Old One Eye, or do I let him consolidate and smash into them? That's a tough one, because I really don't want to lose my plasma, because I know they're not going to kill him. He still has 6 wounds. Yeah. Not good. Not good. So I'm going to think on that as I roll up for some charges now as the Ultramarines over this way. So these guys are going in at the Zoanthropes. We'll double check what we need on the dice here to get in. 7 on the dice will put us in engagement range, but adding 2, so I need a 5 on the dice. Into the assault phase now. Let's have 8 CP still. So here we go for the Blade Guards. Oh, I had 2 that. Yeah, I'm good. I was like, do I reroll that? So they are in, so I'm going to move them forward. This way. Grab the objective as well. Then the captain will charge in. He'll probably need an 8, but we'll just roll and see. Yeah, he's in. Adding 2 to that, being within range of the chaplain. The chaplain will go in as well. they're all going hot and heavy. I'm going to re-roll that. The CP. That'll do it. So that's 12. So, the forward part of the Ultramarines has arrived. Not good. And I think I'm honestly just going to let Old One Eye smash into them, because the thing is if I go over there, if I want at least 1 lives, then I can consolidate around and just stay on that objective a little bit longer, and then prevent Old One Eye from moving, rather than losing some of my plasma guys, which I really want to hang on to. So I'll allow myself to do that, and then we'll come back after a little bit of fighting here. Get up that combat. Old One Eye actually killed off 3 of them. I transhumaned just to keep them alive. You might be wondering why I said that. I forgot to mention there's suddenly 5 there when I said they fail morale. It's because I forgot the Ultramarines add 1 to their leadership, making it 9, and I lost 3 in my last turn. So 3 and the 6 I rolled made it 9. So actually they were okay. Which is great, because if not, Old One, I would have just wiped them out, so that's all right. So that's that. I'm going to gather all the dice up here, and then we're going to run into this combat and see if my Zoanthropes can. So the chaplain and the captain have fought, killed all but 3 of them there. Being the chaplain's litany went off, these guys can pile in 6 inches, so they wrapped around. Just quickly rolled up the attacks and wounds for the Blade Guard veterans, got 7 wounds. Rolled the saves for the Zoanthropes. Yeah, so 1, 2, that's a dead one. Dead one, dead one. That kills the Zoanthropes. I don't think I've ever rolled this bad with Tyranids or my Zoanthropes, ever. The one time I do is battling myself. Oh, goodness gracious. An Old One Eye did lose a wound, dropping him down to 5 from these guys. However, he's just going to regenerate it, so I left that there just to make bookkeeping easier on myself. And these guys are going to consolidate, I think, right on into my Tyrant. Oh, man, this is awful. Oh, no. Oh no. So I'm going to move them, then we'll take a look at the points for the end of the turn for the Ultramarines. So that ends Ultramarines' turn. So Old One is still here. That is the Ultramarines' objective, being that I had to kill those guys off. Over this way, these guys came in and one of them fell to the Tyrant, but they are still there. I can't fail morale or anything like that. The Tyrant is stuck with them and they will get to fight unless I get really lucky with some smiting and whatnot. Then these guys just move forward and that is it. So, not looking good. All in all, at 18 points, so the Ultramarines getting 2 from banners, 3 for bring it down for the hero duel and the current effects, and 2 for O's for killing a monster, and then also being within 6 inches of the middle. So, it's a very strong position for the Ultramarines. It's not good, but I will not give up. I've pulled some things out with Behemoth before, but at this point, it's going to be tough. But we'll see, we'll see. So we'll come back after it's just these guys. We'll come back and these guys. After Ultramarines, or sorry, Tyranids, turn 2. All right, so got some plans in place here. So Tyranid turn is done. The Tyrant staying there. He needs to smite into these guys, I think, and then hopefully just wither the storm. I know he's only down to, I forgot his own dice. He's only down to 4. Somewhere. So if he can get lucky and kill off one, then I'm sitting somewhat good. Then Swarmlord sitting still. He's actually going to use himself and slingshot himself around to come and fight these guys instead of letting them get the charge at me. Big thing there is that way, by staying still, he can smite at Old One Eye. Or sorry, Old One Eye's guys there. So the Moloch popped up there. The reason being is if I can kill off these two here, like get rid of both of them, then Old One Eye can attempt to charge. If Old One Eye can get a charge in against them and hopefully withstand the Overwatch, and if I either kill them or just tie them up and stop them from shooting, that is a big deal because he can actually position himself right there, be in engagement range, and no one in this firebase can see him. So Old One Eye could potentially be the game changer, but the Moloch is actually going to be a big factor here. So I spent the CP to allow the Moloch to add 2 to his Terror from the Deep roll. Oh, and the Hormagaunts scrambled in the neutral zone. So big dice roll coming here. This could greatly impact the game and potentially give the Tyranids a solid chance into this matchup once again. So that is a 6. So that is 3 mortal wounds, which is huge because now the Swarmlord simply just has to get smite off because he is down to 1 wound. Incredible. Good stuff. Moloch. So we're going to do some psychic rolls now. Big one. Old One Eye's going to, or sorry, Swarmlord's going to start it off smiting this lowly guy there. Here we go. It goes off. Got him. Huge, huge, huge. This game is far from over. At least I am so. And then while we're here, he's going to cast Catalyst onto himself, being that he's going to be going out in the open soon to fight some guys, and there's, depending on how things go, do not want to get slammed by these guys. So here we go. Catalyst is off, so we're good there. Next, Tyrant's going to be smiting at these guys. Let's see what he can do. Goes off. We can't complain. How many? Give me a 6. 2, I'll take it. So 2 wounds there. And then just let me think. Do I want to stop longer? I'm going to think on this one one moment. Right, so I forgot I had Psychic Scream on him as well. I know I did Catalyst last turn. I said it was him, but that would have been the Swarmlord. I had those mixed up in my head there. But he does have Psychic Scream. So here we go. Another big one on a 5. I'm going to kill a Blade Guard, potentially damage another. Oh, that was close. If only that was the smite. Dealing a wound. So it is a Blade Guard dead, which is big. Oh, and then just before I got a little gung ho there. Yeah, so that's actually all my powers. Yep. All right. So that is all done. There's a guy there, and Zoanthropes are gone. All right, into the shooting. So no shooting. Someone's just going to move, and then we'll do some charges, I guess. So that's it for Tyranids. Psychic, movement, and shooting, I guess. All right, so some charges about to go down. Old One Eye needs an 8 on the dice, just measured it up. One quick thing I wanted to switch up is I mixed up the power. I forgot that this current effect's advanced, so instead of getting Catalyst off, it'll just be Onslaught. Obviously, I need everything to go down here perfectly. Again, forgive me for tiny little mistakes like that. Just where you're playing 2 armies, there's a lot to think about, but big one coming up. Old One Eye going against that. We're going to start off here. So here we go. Need an 8 on the dice, I said. That won't do it. Oh no. And the Ultramarines will yeah, they're gonna attempt an Overwatch, but I'm just gonna roll this up here and see. So I get my reroll. Come on. Oh, that does it. So if he survives this Overwatch, Old One Eye has made it and could swing the game in the Tyranid's favor. But I'll finish all the other charges, and then I'm gonna roll up that and make this even more tense. So this current effects is gonna go there. Made it. So just position him over this way to stay away from lines of fire. Then this current effects is going to. He's going to attempt to charge in between both of them, I think. Yeah, he'll try that. So here we go. That does it. So just to kind of give me some options depending on what goes down here. And Swarmlord's obviously in. I double checked if he charges and ends right here. He's actually just outside of him being 3 inches of the Swarmlord, so he cannot heroically intervene. And that is all the charges go down, so we're going to swing around and see what these guys look like in Overwatch. One thing to note too is that only in the shooting phase you get the total obliteration, so it is only 3 dice. Let's see though. No 6s. Oh man. Oh man. So like I said before, he can be positioned there. He's in an inch of them, and he is out of line of sight of these guys. So, Old One Eye could keep this game going quite healthy for the most part. All right, so we'll come back after some of these fights go down. We're going to start off with Swarmlord. Some incredibly tough decisions here from the Ultramarine side. So I'm going to start fighting him. The hardest part was that do I transhuman the captain or these guys? Because the thing is if the captain dies to Swarmlord, Swarmlord will be, I'll be able to spend my last CP, he'll be able to overrun, run back and hide, and Swarmlord's still going to be a huge threat and annoyance here, being that he has incredible movement speed and damage potential. So yeah, it's tough. I am going to save the transhuman for these guys, however. If they die and then Old One Eye overruns and just sits around here, and there's some plasma there, but Old One Eye is a pesk right now. So here comes Swarmlord with his 6 attacks coming in at the captain. We're going to see if he survives or if he doesn't. So here we go. All hit. Good start. And the apothecary is no longer nearby. Left him behind. Probably should have kept him closer, but no, I couldn't because I charged. Anywho's. So winning on 3s. Actually, sorry, 2s because he's strength 8, tough 4. Ooh. Oh, 2 6s. So 2 mortals right away. Then we have 5 saves coming up for the Ultramarine captain, Primaris captain. So 5 saves coming up. Here we go. Big roll, big roll. Oh! And he is slain quite handily. Sorry, Theo, this is my son's captain. I painted him for him. Sorry, buddy. Swarmlord lives. Ka-ching. And then he shall... Oh, it's tough because I could save... No, I need old Swarmlord to live, I think. So he will overrun himself. Right back into safety because... Actually, he'll stick right here because the Centurions can't possibly get him. So yeah, he'll overrun himself back over this way. Cha-ching. Just like that. Keep himself safe. I know I could probably go for that chaplain, and if the chaplain falls back, that's another morale fail, but really, I don't know if Old One Eye is going to kill them. So Ultramarines won't interrupt, so I'll just continue right along. Old One Eye will use his Crushing Claws, because Yeah, I'm just going to use those because he charged. Oh, actually, Immortal Battering Ram. Let's see here. Oh, yes. Give me that 6 again. 2 mortal wounds down. So one guy is down to 1 wound. So now attacking in with Old One Eye. Here we go. So hitting on 2s. There we go. Oh, and that's 3 extra attacks that get to go through. He's also hitting on 2s because of being an alpha beast. And then adding essentially 2 to his roll, being that the -1 for the crushing claws is negated, then it's at 0, so just his normal ballistic or weapon skill. Then adding another since he did the battering ram, so 3 more attacks coming through. Not what you want, but still I got an extra one. All right, so for each 4-up here, it's going to be crazy. So let's go Old One Eye. You're the man, monster. That could do it. That could do it. So that's 3 6-ups. We're going to walk back to the Ultramarine side because this is huge. Here we go. 3 6-ups. I'll do them one at a time. And no. Oh. No. No. It's worth the CP reroll. If I get the 6, that's huge because I can fall back and shoot. At this point, I got 6 CP, and I'm going to try and generate back. Here we go. Spending a CP. Dropping me down to 5. Big roll here. No. So, in glorious fashion, Old One Eye stampedes them down. They actually need to check and see who is closer here, because these guys may actually be closer and allowing him to consolidate this way, thus pulling him completely into the safety from those guys. So this will be huge. This is crazy stuff here by Old One Eye. So the Marines were actually closer due to that one guy there. It was so close. That was 3 1/4 away. They were 3 1/2 away. Old One Eye pulls himself back to safety and also puts himself within 6 inches of these Carnifexes, which adds 1 to their weapon skill. Huge. Or actually, probably not that Carnifex, but still, this one. This is wild. I am thrilled at the way this is going in terms of giving a good game, and also just happy to recover a little bit here. So Tyranid's still on the offensive. It is not over. Dead pile's looking pretty good for me now. Originally, I was kind of worried there, but still. And then after all these charges, and hopefully, if my Tyrant dies here, that will be bad. That should not. So one thing, too, I forgot, again, playing myself, there's just so much going on. The Chaplain was within 3 inches of the Tyrant. There's nothing I could have done about that. So he did come through, heroically intervened into the Tyrant. So that Tyrant's got a lot of work to stay alive. So no catalyst or anything to save him. So I'm going to roll up the attacks here for the Carnifexes just off camera to speed this along for myself. Then we're going to come into this and see what happens and end the turn and see what the table looks like. Combats with the Carnifex finishing there. So wild stuff. This Carnifex got 5 hits and 5 wounds through. I made 3 6-ups. So we lost 2 guys there. Then over this way, same sort of thing. This guy got 4 hits, 3 wounds went through. Then I made 2 6s up, 2 6s, and then 1 dude died there. And then a single wound dealt to that Carnifex in return, and that's it. Now over here to the Chaplain fighting. So the Chaplain goes first, where he heroically intervened. So let's take a look here. Let's see. All right, so the wording there, that's why I paused for a second. He is actually fighting first, the Chaplain, being that it's the Tyranid's turn and the opponent gets to fight first, and since he didn't charge but heroically intervened, he would go first because obviously the Tyrant will try and kill the Chaplain, thus getting more victory points. So starting with the Chaplain, then the Tyrant gets to fight. So here we go. So on 2s, success. Now on 5s, being that I'm strength 6, tough 7. Oh, not a single one. Unfortunate. So even, yeah. Could go for the reroll of 5 CP at this point. Why not? Why not? At this point. So we're going to go for a single reroll, because if I can drop him 2 wounds, that's going to have him down so the other guy can finish him off. So, no, worth a try. All right, the Tyrant's going to fight back now, hitting on 3 still, being that he's in his second bracket. So 5 attacks, and I'm going to attack. Oh, if I kill the Blade Guard, then in my turn, I would get to hit the Chaplain first. I think that's the move, and save the chance of the Blade Guard somehow killing the Tyrant. That's, I think, the play. So I'll go for the Blade Guard, I think. Because there's nothing else that will get to my Tyrant. That's the move. So I'm going to go for the Blade Guard. Here we go. Yeah, that's what I'll do. So hitting on 3s. a 6 for another attack. There we go. Looking at those 2s. There we go. Probably should attack the chaplain because I'm thinking about transhuman now, but it's too late. And I guess this is still, I'm happy with it. All right, here we go. And there it is. Gone. So the Blade Guard fall. The Tyrant is alive, and I would have used my tail attack to hopefully finish him off. There we go. The Tyrant is still going. Somehow. All right, so that ends Tyranid's turn. I'm going to total up the points here, and we'll see how it looks. Score now is 17 to 18 in favor of the Ultramarines, so the Ultramarines ahead by 1. So very tense game we got on our hands here. Incredible results so far. Really impressed by how I was able to kind of come back a little bit that turn. So still loads to come for the Ultramarines. However, their forces are, the spearhead has been blunted, more or less. But we'll come back and see how it looks. There is going to be some likely falling back and shooting over this way. Potentially with the chaplain too, hard to say. But we'll come back after Ultramarines. Turn 3 movement. Alright, so movement is done for the Ultramarines. So what I had done is over here, these guys conged along this way, holding the objective and still zoning the Lictor out. What I have done is the plasmas are in range and can see the Tyrant's wing, so being a big ol' pointy guy and all its downfalls. Then looking over this way, the chaplain has fallen back, but I spent a CP for the I think it's fall and re-engage or something like that. I can't remember the name of it, but it allows me to fall back, shoot, and still charge. So potentially he can go in for these guys, or he can go over this way. Over this way, the Centurions moved over to get line of sight onto that one Carnifex there. Everyone fell back, with one of the command guys being revived by the Apothecary. I debated on spending the CP to have them shoot normally with no hit penalty, but I think it'll be all right. The Devastators also have the reroll, their hit rolls from the Chapter Master. I have to declare that. That's pretty much it on that side. Over here, these guys all jumped up here. They all are still in coherency and still holding the objective, so got some bolters to shoot at them, plus some plasma as an insurance policy to hopefully take down Old One Eye. So that's it for movement. We'll come back after the shooting. Oh, and this guy moved up just to kind of block the way over there from Swarmlord coming around or grabbing that objective, actually. Sorry, moved that kind of quick. I meant to there, so Swarmlord can't get to the objective at all without killing that. So that is that, and we'll come back after some shooting. Well, once the shooting starts, we'll highlight the important ones. So all the little pot shots are all taking place. This guy fired at Old One Eye, shots just bouncing off him. One Eye just being an absolute champ. That Carnifex was melted by the Centurions. Just the rockets alone, even without the lascans, absolutely melted him, leaving nothing left to shoot for the Devastators. Probably should have split fired then to shoot at that Carnifex, but yeah. Whoops. Over here, though, all the plasma now is going to shoot into, I think, Old One Eye. These guys pretty well withered the storm from the Carnifex last time, and this guy can heal the command squad behind with the attack squad taking the brunt of the attack from that Carnifex. So we are going to shoot the Swarmlord, who lost a wound from pot shots with that thing. So I am not going to spend anything. I'm just debating on the Sons of Gilman rule to hopefully... Over here, these guys rerolling their ones would be huge against the Hive Tyrant. That's the thing. I do have one command point reroll left as well. So we'll start with the attack squad shooting in. I am going to supercharge at Swarmlord, see if we can take him down a notch, which would be pretty important this far in the game. So here we go. So this is for the regular plasma guy supercharging. He's good. Sergeant. Also good. Oh, yes. For the Ultramarines. Been looking for 3s to wound Swarmlord. Oh, that does it. Oh, no. Then just for completion's sake, we'll get that bolter in there. So we got 4 saves coming in, 4 up involves on Swarmlord, 2 damage apiece, so this will be 8 wounds if it fails. However, it'll be all saves. So it is 4 wounds gone, dropping him down to 7 wounds. Then for the command squad, same thing. They're going to all overcharge or supercharge or whatever it's called. Here we go. So for regular guy, good. Next, get regular guy. Command point that. Oops. I think I'm going to. I really want to keep them. I could just heal him next turn. Then I guess if my sergeant dies, I'll lose 2 of them if I can, so I don't want to get too far behind. Yeah, I'm going to command point it. There we go. So it puts me down to, just before I forget, down to 4 command points. And the sergeant, come on buddy, don't fail me. Sergeant blows himself up. So we'll take him out of there though. Or I do hit my, or no, he's just removed it, so I'm not. He's slain. There's no feel no pain or anything like that from the apothecary, but looking for those 3s again. So 3 of them. Not enough to kill him, as he will have 1 wound left. Come on, Swarmy. Oh, the pain. He does not have Catalyst, because last turn I had to use Onslaught to get that card effects in, which... So he's down to 1 wound, which I don't think there's any Marines shooting left. Nope, that's it. So, at least for the center, so Swarmlord hurt. That a card effect sitting at full strength. That thing could charge him. No, that's pretty risky. Pretty risky, although it would tie him up, so actually I might consider that. Moving along though, next we have these guys over here. So they are going to shoot at Old One Eye. And I will supercharge as well. I'm going to go for it. It's risky business again. And all the bolters are going to fire at the Hormagaunts over there, see if we can shoot them apart. I think is the plan. Yeah, if I can get rid of Old One Eye as well, I'm sitting real good. Because he doesn't have an impulse. So first guy, the regular guy, come on. It's super risky at this late in the game doing this, but it's also going to put me out of coherency. If I lose 1, no rerolls. Oh, this is tough. Tough. Could use the Sons of Gilliman rule. That is a tough one, because now it's literally down to this tack squad over here and the one I'm debating on shooting with for the rerolls. However, losing a guy over there wouldn't be as big a deal. Whereas losing over here, I'll be out of coherency, and I really need to get rid of Old One Eye. I still have that chaplain to charge in as well. So, all right, we will use Sons of Gilliman on this tack squad over by Old One Eye, dropping me down to 3 command points. So here we go. So plasmas into Old One Eye, bolters into the Hormagaunt. So here we go. Regular fella, sergeant. Cool. Didn't even need it. So Old One Eye. Does not actually get a save, so he's dropped down 2 wounds. Yes, because it is plasma and it is tack doctrine, so dropping him down to 2 wounds. I probably should have fired the bolters with him, but I really need to chew up those Hormagaunts, because right now I've denied the Lictor from coming into my zone. So the Lictor pops up somewhere, it can still overdrive in, but I'm going to get shots off against it. So those Marines being alive is a big deal, being up top there as well. So bolter fire coming in at the Hormagaunts. Is 6 dead guys, and I don't have any synapse over here too, so that is going to hurt. Not good, and I have no command points for the Tyranids. Had to spread out kind of thin there. If they live, I will be able to get scramblers off, but they got hurt pretty bad there. All right, so moving along here into these guys. So big roll over here against my Hive Tyrant. If the Hive Tyrant falls here, the Marines are right back into the driver's seat. If he remains alive, that means this guy has a good chance of getting attacked, and that is points on the table for the Tyranids. So, and also denying oaths a moment. So here we go, big rolls here, overcharging the plasma. So we'll start with the regular fella right here. Oh no, he falls, but we'll see if he can achieve some heroics here. Sergeant, come on. Mrs. Blunt. That's okay. Looking for 3s. I have used my reroll. This is it. Big one. Oh, can't kill him. So the chaplain's looking like he's going to have to charge over there. We'll return to the Tyranid dice over on this side. grab one here, and we'll head over to the Tyrant, and let's see what happens to him. Oh, he does take them. Puts him in his bottom profile, which actually does matter quite a bit. Being that his movement is also now greatly reduced. So that is it. I'm going to just quickly take a look at the board here and see where I want to make some charges at. Then we'll come back. Charges to go down. So first one going off here. The Rhino, I am going to charge in there. It is risky. I think I should be okay though. Big thing is if I get in with him, there's a very small chance I could kill him, but then it's also going to stop him from moving, so he'll only be able to fall back and prevent him from doing psychic and also charging. So even on one wound, Swarmlord is still a threat, and he can also sling other units around to deny points. So it really stinks not finishing off those last few units, but still loads of opportunity here. So here we go. Snake Eyes will fail, so that's why we're rolling it here. Boom. So he's in, and we're gonna go like so. So he's in, and I will go back over here. So the Chaplain, actually the Chaplain gets to shoot, so he does have a heavy bolt pistol. I'll shoot at him. Doesn't wound. Charging. I did get the litany off for the extra 2. His charge roll really can't fail anything here. Is very risky. So let's see here, and he's good. He was 6 inches away. All right, big deal with the Chaplain and the Rhino. We'll see what happens when we come back. Very quickly, so I don't forget as well, I'm going to roll up morale for those little fellas. So I need a 1 to auto pass. That's the only chance they have. No, see ya. So that is 1 gone, and I have 3 left. So another one goes. So they are alive. They are alive. Probably should have moved the Marines down to block them. Maybe would have been the better move. But then I guess the Lictor would have got on. So I was kind of banking for Hail Mary there. But Tyranids will, and that's the other thing too. So the Tyranids will be able to get them into the Ultramarine deployment zone. But Metabolic Overdrive will have to be used, thus reducing the command points to 0 and not having any rerolls on hand for things like rerolling a Perils if Swarmy lives. So we'll come back after I just double check the attacks for everyone. So all set for attacks. So we'll start with the Rhino first since the Tyranids can't interrupt. So looking for 6s to hit Swarmlord. 1, strength 6, tough 7. So looking for a 5. Nope. I will not command point reroll that. I'm going to save everything for the Chaplain. So getting ready to roll these up. I'm just going to double check stratagem. I'm going to use the Sons of Gilman rule for the combat here. I was going to use Gene Rot Might as well, but I'll be really low on CP. I'll only have 1 left, and I'm also going to be transhumaning this Chaplain if the Tyrant lives, because cannot have him running around. So here we go, hitting on 2s with my Chaplain, and he is strike 6, so wounding on 5s as well. So here we go, re-rolling the 1s, which helps. Wounding on 5s. Here we go. That is 2 of them. 2 in balls coming up. AP -1, but still. And no re-rolls for the Tyranids. Here we go. 2 wounds apiece. It is 2 damage, I recall. So here we go. Big roll. That's a pass. Ooh. And he fails. No re-rolls available. Does he blow up though? No. The Tyrant falls, and that is not good for the Tyranids. Tyranids looked really ahead there that last turn. It felt really good, but the Ultramarines adapting quickly as they should with the Codex. So, going to total up the points. Actually, no. I'm going to attack with Swarmlord in the middle here. So he has now at the bottom, yes, he's at his bottom profile, he's 1 wound, only 4 attacks, and his strength is lower, which is going to certainly hurt him. So here we go, looking for 2s to hit still. It is a miss. And am wounding on 5s now, being he's only strength 6, so that does hurt a lot. Nothing. Swarmlord just digging shots off that tank. So the tank has done its job and lived. So that's it. Well, I'll tally up the points for this turn and we'll see how the table looks. So the points have been tallied. The Ultramarines right now collectively getting 22 for this turn, 15 for primaries, 7 for secondaries. I counted oaths. There's no possible way with the Tyrant dying that I can get to that apothecary, so he is within 6. Even coming around this way, that current effects won't be able to get past both those units. In theory, we'll see. Actually, yeah, there's no, unless old one-eye comes around, chops him up, and he piles in. No, actually, that wouldn't even work, because it's all in combat. I have nothing to shoot. So, yes, he is safe. One thing I forgot to do as well is just move him. He gets to move, actually, I have to check to see who's closer. He gets to move, I think Swarmlord is, he may just stay still. He gets to probably consolidate 6 inches instead of the 3, thanks to his litany. But that's it. Tyranid scoring 15 for primaries, though, just with the Marines not having that objective or that objective. Old one, I literally, a hair, had to put the little token for 3 inches for checking objectives, just lined it up, and it did move the objective sliding in. So he is within 3. Very exciting. I really didn't think he was in range. It was really close for that. But that's it. We'll come into Tyranid's turn 3. One error I actually did catch going into the Tyranid's turn. I was looking at what to charge with him, and I was thinking, okay, those guys fell back. I remembered. You probably saw, and you're like, no. These guys are -1 to hit shooting in. So I went back and rewatched the clips, and only these guys all hit, like the attack squad themselves. So Swarmlord did lose those initial wounds, but then from these guys, the veteran squad who dumped in and did a ton of the damage to old Swarmy, dropping him down 6 wounds. I rewatched that. There was 2 actual misses in there, so I thought the only fair way to do that would be just to go and re-roll it. So they all missed. So Swarmlord actually is back up to 7. But in saying that, I am going to just keep the roll that happened with the Rhino, because there's just so many what ifs. Well, actually, no, we'll redo that as well, because that will put him into a second bracket. We'll just re-roll that as well, because I think there was some damage done. Or, yes, I would have to re-roll it, because he would have 5 attacks. So, just in the spirit of the game and keeping things, like, I don't want to win in the game based off forgetting a rule. Trying my best here again, playing 2 armies, but this is for your entertainment. I hope you are enjoying this, everyone. So quickly just going to redo Swarmlord. So whoops. Now I'm moving on 4s this time because I'm strength 7. So there. So I do get a 6-up save with the Rhino. So the Rhino does lose 3 wounds, putting it down to 4. So that does kind of matter in the grand scheme of things. Just, who knows, maybe a super smite goes off. And then I also don't have to worry nearly as much with Swarmlord if he does peril, which will make a little bit of difference there. So anyway, movement's done outside of that for the Tyranids. So I moved these guys forward. I didn't overdrive them. I decided I'm going to save that command point. It could come in handy, especially with the Swarmlord. If I kill that, I can do an overrun. I got to kill that chaplain. He's worth points, and he's going to be a nuisance. And I'll show you why. Excuse me. The Lictor came up here. He's an insurance policy late into the game. So these guys move forward, like I said. Old one is going to engage them. There is the vertical distance there. Just we're counting, where I'm counting, if he comes there, he's within 5 below this guy, just because it's kind of a janky little area. But we've always played it that way in the basement at least. So, and it's still the 5-inch vertical, so he can get within this guy. Mawlock actually can position itself to charge the tank and also hold that objective. So just going to tie up that tank. I was debating on burrowing, but I think I'm not going to do enough damage if it comes up anywhere, like even over there, coming in on turn 5. So I'd rather just have it on the table to be a nuisance and hold objectives. Current effects is just going to come forward. It has to just go and hopefully kill stuff. Swarmlord's obviously going to see if he gets lucky, smites that, and come around, chop him up. If not, then overrun, hopefully don't have to spend a command point. Back here, this was a tough spot, so I put the Rippers because if he gets his power off, or his litany, he can move and then add 2 to his charge, so it's quite a long charge. So the Rippers came up in such a way that they can't be seen by anything. I mean, the tack squad, they can only shoot them, but they're going to have to come forward to see them, and that means they're likely going to be more or so off the objective to do enough to matter. The Rippers are holding that objective as well, so he can come in and fight them, and even if he kills them, he can't pile in consolidate 6 inches over to these guys, but they're far away. However, if he does want to come around and fight them this way, the Rippers are still holding in the other side. So that objective is secure on my end. So I am getting 15 points there. The other thing of note too is if Old One Eye will be taking that banner down because he is within 3 right now, and it's the end of the phase. So good start there to chip away the Ultramarines, who are looking very good right now. So we're going to go right into Psychic for Swarmlord. We'll do that right now. So he's obviously going to smite the tank, being that Onslaught is at no use at this point in the game. And we'll be getting Catalyst hopefully off as well. So starting out with the smite, big roll here. If it's supercharged and I get a 4, rejoice, Tyranid fans, I can do it. Oh, here we go. No! I wish there was someone here to laugh with me. Does the Rhino blow up? Wow. No, it doesn't. Holy smokes. Holy smokes, people. We got a game. All right, quickly. Catalyst. Unreal. Unreal. See you, Rhino. Whoa, what a big deal. What a big deal. Too, just because I'm sure someone has noticed. He's in his top bracket. So he wouldn't have actually killed the Rhino. I think there was only 1 extra save there. Either way, I'm going to take this moment because it was way more epic. Because even if I could move, I'd still be coming back this way, so it doesn't matter. I'm just going to accept that this was the way it was supposed to be, just in case someone calls it out. I did see it, but the smiting was meant to happen, and it was epic. Well, that's it for powers or anything like that. So I'm just going to move Swarmlord. I'll move him around in a second. But for charges over here, Old One Eye, I'm pretty sure will not fail that. But for completion's sake, here we go. Tyranids coming in hot. Boom. The Ultramarines are not going to overwatch Old One Eye because they're going to overwatch here and also use the defender stratagem, which means a lot of things are going to shoot that card effects. Because if they kill him, there's nothing holding them down from coming through and grabbing that objective and denying me. So if I kill off a few there, pile into the other guys, they'll be able to fall back, but not enough to get to the objective. So big deal there if the Tyranids can hold this down. So I'm going to double check that stratagem again, and we'll roll up and see where it's at, and I'll move Swarmlord. All right, so it is 2 CP, unmodded CPU on the Ultramarine end. The card effects is going to declare a multi-charge where he has those Adrenal Glands to come around and get the command squad and the tack squad. The reason that's important, I double-checked the wording. I didn't see any FAQs or anything like that. I just did a very quick look. So if someone does have the answer, the defensive focus, that's what the color is called, defender, you can pick up to 3 units within 6 inches of the unit being targeted, and they get to fire as if they were the ones charged. So that would be the Centurions, but since I'm targeting both of them instead of just attack squad, these guys wouldn't get to fire because they're the target of the charge. The way I understand it, that is how it works. However, I mean, in the end, I just want to shoot with these guys just with volume of shots and hopefully get a lucky las cannon in there. But I'm not sure. I mean, and this guy gets to shoot too. So we'll start with him. Big Bad, Primaris, Blade Guard, Ancient. Nope. Okay, moving right into the Centurions. Otis CP, so we got to roll big here. No rerolls, no nothing. The missiles. Ooh, I'll take that. So 4 extra dice being added to there. Looking for 6s. This is the Centurion missile launcher, if you're wondering. Not a 1. Oh no. Oh no, where is the luck? The fate for the Ultramarines is looking grim. So now las cannons. There is a total of 6 las cannons. We're 6 dice here. Here we go. Gotta get at least 5. 6s. Take 1. You know, it's better than none. So wounded this fella. Got him at least. He does have a 6-up save. Grab a Tyranid dice. Again. Boom. Oh, I thought I saw the 6. So, see how much damage is done to him coming in. 4, not bad. So halved on his wounds. Then we have to see if he makes the charge here. Just fixing floppy terrain there. So he's down to 4. And we're going to see if he makes the charge. Adding 1 to this result and getting to re-roll for Behemoth. He is in with an 8 for sure. So I'm just going to move him around here. And I know it's a bit riskier because these guys can fall back towards the objective now. However, I'll focus hopefully on the Ultramarines. I rolled the Ultramarine dice for the Tyranid dice. Ooh. Just to insult them. Then charging in here, Swarmlord. Here we go. He's in. A zoom. Swarmlord. Boss. So I'm glad I remembered that rule again. Hopefully, if you're an Ultramarine fan, it doesn't seem like they got cheated. But again, I don't want to win or lose on a technicality. And this is also a semi-learning game, and also just thus far an incredibly entertaining show for everything that's going on here. All right, so we got some combats to jump into. We'll start with Old One Eye. Here we go. So Old One Eye, the Immortal Battering Ram. Come on. No, not today. Then attacking with the Crushing Claws, just because it's going to wound them on 2s. Yeah, just wounding on 2s will be better. I think. Yes, better chance. I need to kill as many of these guys as I can. So here we go. 5s is an extra hit roll. None, but I am hitting on 2s though. So if I get all of these then again, let's go Old One Eye. Here we go, Old One Eye. So they do have a 6-up save. So, Old One Eye. Old One Eye. Unreal. Old One Eye just stomps them. He's been a superstar. And I'm overrunning him as well, spending my last CP. Being that Swarmlord, if he kills him, we'll head up to the corner. And the next turn, he's going to zip down and grab that objective, potentially. Oh, goodness. This is a fantastic game. So, yeah. See ya. And then I'll just move him, and then we'll move. So next up, we're going to do the Carnifex. I rolled them all off. Nothing happened. One thing to note as well, that Old One Eye also got a total of 13-inch movement, rolling a 6 with his advance roll. And he came over here, put himself within 6 of that Carnifex, giving that Carnifex a bonus on his hit roll. So he's hitting on 3s now. I forgot on my Carnifex on the last time that they had Tusks. I don't think it would have mattered too much in this scheme of things, because even if I did kill an extra guy in either unit, they would have been revived. Actually, yeah, I can't remember. Anyway, moving on. So hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s, Scything Talons. Oh, man. I'm also putting all of these attacks into the attack squad as well. I don't think I mentioned that. There we go. Moving on. 3s as well. There's only 3 of them. 3 6-ups. What? Swarmlord will do next. Hitting on 2s. Good. Winning on 2s as well. Still in his top bracket. Man. So 2 4-ups, or this guy is gone. So he takes 3 wounds. I do have my tail attack. Hits. Does not wound. Oh, yes, it does, because I'm strength 8. Just a save. He is good. So Primaris, dude, down to 2. Swarmlord. All right, and then attacking back with the Chaplain. We'll do that, and then move into somehow all the Marines that are still there. I can't complain. So here we go. This is the Chaplain attacking back as well. Then moving on, 5s. 1. 3-up save for Swarmy. It's good. So they will continue to just swing away at one another. Moving into the attack Marines. So there's 2. Then Sergeant. I do have chain swords on the Sergeant, so I'll have to roll those separately. So guys. Nothing so far, Sergeant. And then the veterans as well. So there's only 2 of them there. Looking for 5s. Nothing. Okay. Well, that combat's a whole lot of zilch. But yeah, that was pretty incredible. Yeah, good turn overall. So in total, the Tyranids actually and the Moloch, or sorry, the one table quarter I don't have still is this one. So I'm getting 2 from my engage. Scramblers are still on the table. Didn't kill any characters. Yeah, so still feeling pretty okay now with the Tyranids. A lot more confident after the damage done and the things that were freed up. So moving into Ultramarines, turn 4. All right, so movement done with the Ultramarines. The squad here disengaged the veterans. Another one was healed or brought back to life by the apothecary. The tac squad disengaged. They are not within an inch of the Moloch and are also looking through a window right there at Old 1A and also controlling the objective with one of the tac marines who is there. The downside to that is if I don't kill him, he is going to come fight me. Then these guys, the captain or chapter master moved over there, giving his reroll all failed hit rolls to these guys, being it has to happen in the command phase. And I have 1 CP back. I failed to get my other one with my Warlord trait. These guys moved in advance to grab me that objective with the Ultramarines, and then just have a lane over here. If Swarmlord wants to come fight them, he can, but they outnumber him, and they'll be controlling the objective unless he kills them all, which could happen quite easily. But either way, we just need to grab points because the Tyranids are racking them up. The Rhino stayed engaged with the Moloch just to deny it movement next turn, or at least movement in being able to do anything. Because even if I do come back here with this one, these guys will just jump in and take the objective anyway. So it doesn't make a whole lot of difference in the end. So, and then even still, like if this comes back and shoots them, which I have to go quite far, and I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I would be able to see them anyway. Having to drive around the building. So I wouldn't be able to see them. Anywho, and then these guys just, they retreated back to get a lane down this way. There's not a whole lot else they can do. That's just too many bodies down there to hold down to stop the Tyranids from getting that. And then so Swarmlord comes up. He's going to be zipping around. The chaplain's just going to try and hold down the fort. If he can stay alive again, at least deny the Swarmlord his initial movement into the Tyranid turn, that's going to be huge. So instead of, if he runs away, the Swarmlord will get to move, probably smite him, and then do some more moving as well. So, and the Tyranids don't have any CP. But that's it for movement. Only 5 points scored for primary. So the Tyranids doing quite well controlling the objectives. So we'll come back after some shooting here. So, I mean, the Devastators and these guys likely going to kill them off. But then the big one is the Old One-Eye shot coming in. In the end, I actually did decide to move the Rhino back there just to shoot them. I could make it. I double checked. If I can kill them, I mean, at this point, just need to do what I can. So we'll roll out the Rhino shots here. Also an Assault Doctrine too, just being it's turn 4 now. So it is 2 6-up saves. Wow. So what lives over there? The little gaunt living is a big deal. Now I rolled it off camera because I was like, all right, that Carnifex is just going to get obliterated by the Devastators. Yeah, the Carnifex is still here. So I got I supercharged the plasma, got a single wound through, rolled the 6-up with the Carnifex, shot the las cannons, the 2 of them, got one, or both hit, only 1 wounded, and rolled another 6. Of course, off camera, but oh well. So these guys are firing in now. I do get to reroll my 1s, and I am going to supercharge because that Carnifex has got to go. So here we go. And I also have the 1 CP, which I'm saving for Sons of Gilliman. I know I could have used it to switch it to Tac Doctrine with someone, but just I need the rerolls over there with the plasma because I really got to ensure Old One-Eye dies. I think that's the way to go. So regular guy firing here with the supercharged plasma. Thank goodness, get to reroll the 1s. Next one. Oh, no. So, yeah, I fell back. I'm not forgetting it this time. Shoot, that hurts. That hurts. So only 2 go through in the Carnifex. Looking for 3s. That's it. Need at least 1 6 here again. This dice has not let me down. Alright. Oh, so far. Nope. So Carnifex does go down, but literally took way too many things. I mean, I had tons to shoot with anyway, but the Carnifex falls. Did his job though. Proud of him. That's that. So now the big one that you're waiting, you've been waiting for is yes. So I'm spending my final CP. These guys got to reroll the ones because of the chapter master. I don't know if I mentioned that, but that's why they were rerolling their ones. So here we go. Attack squad firing in at Old One Eye. So the regular guy with the plasma. We get to reroll my hits. I need 4s. Won't forget. Oh, man, these guys are just champs. This attack squad, and then the sergeant rolling. Oh no, Sergeant falls. He is slain. All right though, moment of truth. Does Old One Eye fall? That is 3. This could be it for Old One Eye. Oh, completely forgot. He did regenerate turn 3, so he is up to 3. So here we go. Big deal. A very big deal. No! Would I have gotten another 6? Old One Eye would have continued his absolute insane rampage and performance in this battle. But overall, he kept me going in this game, so good job, Old One Eye and Carnifex. So actually, folks, I double-checked something here just before I went and rolled with these guys to shoot. Because with the building and everything, I just wanted to be sure. With Old One Eye being a character and the old Moloch sticking around right there, he is actually not the closest visible target for those Marines, being that they had to go over this way to get to the window for the only possible way for them to shoot him. With only 6-inch movement, they couldn't have made it far enough. They couldn't have made it up to that window. Only the bolter guy could have. So Old One Eye actually can't be targeted, which is huge. He's up to 3 wounds, but I'm having healed. Yeah, so that's a big deal for the Ultramarines versus the Tyranids. Yeah, it is a big deal, a big deal for the Ultramarines. So the only thing I would have adjusted is they moved up, grabbing that objective and staying 3 inches away from Old One Eye. Being that he can't come through the building. I mean, he's still within 3, but he won't be able to move up into engagement range of these Marines. I know he'll get some free movement just to go around, but still, it wouldn't have made a difference either way. So we at least are denying that objective. Yikes, that's a big deal. So little unintentional bit there. I don't normally play Old One Eye, so really like characters like my play style. If you watch me, like I rarely use Old One Eye or Warlords or things that can really take advantage of the characters rule, and my Neurothropes are always just floating in the back doing stuff anyway. So it's something that as a Tyranid player, that's potentially an area I need to improve on, so I can fully admit that still have lots to learn and experiment with on my own end. So yeah, that ends Ultramarines' turn. So, oh no, big fight coming up. So we'll go over there and see what it looks like. All right, so big roll coming up here. So Swarmlord attacking first. Yikes, all hit. It's mortal. 4 wounds. So let's go, Rosaries. See if it can hold the line. Oh no, he is diced up. So more points for the Tyranids, and Swarmlord is now free. Oh no, this is quite a crazy game, everyone. Really excited for everyone to enjoy this. So morale for that little Hormagaunt to end the turn though. He is good. So that's all said and done. So in total for points, the Ultramarines ending with 10 points scored for the end of their turn, 5 for secondaries, 5 for primaries. There's no way I'm going to stop these guys being in the middle, so I'm just giving that 2 points for Oath now. So the score is 53 for the Ultramarines to 37 for the Tyranids going into turn 4. So Ultramarines still not out of it yet. It seems each turn really puts the other faction onto the back foot. So very exciting game. Let's movement done for the Tyrants, scoring 10 for primaries. Swarmlord moved up this way. these Gaunts moved in advance up here. The Rippers advance and Gaunt move back there. The Patreon Ripper is Teos. So Rippers staying alive. Good stuff there. My Patreon fellow keeping the Rippers scoring, doing their job. So over here, the Hormagaunt moved up, scrambled. So that is done. The Lictor moved in advance to grab that objective. The Mawlock, I moved him up here. Sorry, just right here to stay on this objective. I was going to move him around to go maybe like hunt down a character, but realistically, I don't think it's going to kill one. So I'd rather have it hold that objective just in case Old One Eye comes here, kills them, dies, and is not holding that. I'd rather just have the Mawlock as kind of an insurance over on this end, with the Old One Eye just stopping anyone from coming through. Yeah, so we're going to jump right into the Psychic phase. Swarmlord again. Big smite coming up, going against the Centurions, obviously. So here we go. Get it ready. So he fails that. I do have 1 CP. It would be nice to kill them, but they're just going to get revived. However, I could go in. If I go in and kill them, I mean, there's some Devastators looking at me, but if I kill them, if Swarmlord lives, he can come in, and that's a lot of plasma versus just flying in over this way. I'm going to let it go. I'm going to go for Onslaught. I'd rather get the extra movement. 3 and a 5. So Onslaught goes off. So good stuff there. And that's Psychic phase done. So we'll move into Swarmlord's extra movement and then just jump right into the fighting. All right, so Swarmlord decided to go for these guys. I think stopping them, holding an objective, plus having the extra engage points being over here. I still have that 1 CP to run away. And Swarmlord has a way better chance of killing these guys than the Centurions. And if at least 1 Centurion lives, that's bad news because he can fall back and shoot me. So I'm 6 inches away there, and Old One Eye's making the other charge over this way. So let's roll up, see how it's going to go. So Swarmlord, here we go, buddy. He's made it with a 9. So 6 inches would put me there. So I'm going to come around here, and then just do my pile in right now. Come around this way because I want to overrun over here and get as far as away as I can from these guys. So yeah, overrun over here, hide, and then the Centurions won't be able to get Swarmlord. Old One Eye obviously will make his charge, but I want to see how far in to the lines I can get. 5. That's okay. So I want to kick him right there, because then I can consolidate into them and tie them up and just make their shooting worse. So that's, and then also deny more. If they want to shoot me, they gotta fall back. So more points being denied for the Marines. Also, Old One Eye healing wound up to 4. Unreal. Old One Eye having a game. Hive Fleet Behemoth. All right, so we got some fights to go down. We'll roll up and see what it's like. One Eye first, going up against those little Marines. 1 miss. For those 2s to wound again. 4 with a mortal. So 1 mortal goes through. So here we go. No. So 1, 2. 2 guys live. Oh, if only he was AP -4. That's not good. I do have my tail attack. I mean, I could kill another guy. No, it misses. I don't have any CP to really do anything else. Do I? So that's not good. However, the banner is taken down. Not good at all for Swarmlord. Then moving into Old One Eye. So he gets 5 attacks. Or Immortal Battering Ram. Doesn't go off. So 3 extra hits. Then moving on 2s. Old One Eye, show him how it's done. 4, needs 6s again. See if these attack Marines can hold up. So 1, and then we have some Feel No Pains, 3 damage each. Dead. All right, so Old One Eye does his job, rampages through the lines, and then consolidates into these guys here. And I'll just quickly roll up the Marine attack. Tyranid's turn is done. The points have been totaled up. So right now, as it stands, it's 60 for the Tyranids to 53 for the Ultramarines. Some big things have to go down. Losing that banner was pretty huge. It's not looking good for the Ultramarines as of right now. However, it's definitely still not over. With the Tyranids still holding a lot of objectives. So into the Ultramarines' turn, they are getting 10. They hold only a total of 2 objectives, this one here and that one. So now it's, do you fall back for oaths or just go for the 3 and not max out? So let's see, total 5. Yes, if they don't fall back, they can max out on oaths. However, then there's some easy, potentially easy bring it downs with him and him, which could more than make up for it. So crunch time for the Ultramarines as we move into turn 5. Ultramarine movement has been finished, so scoring a total of 40 points for primaries, only able to get 10 in the last turn, so not able to max out. So these guys fell back. I had to do it. I got to kill old one, and I have to kill Swarmlord. They take position into the middle, with the Apothecary advancing, moving over this way. Combat revivaling this squad here, bringing back another Plasma. The Blade Guard veteran just moved over this way, just hopefully Swarmlord dies just to keep him away from if old One Eye Lives coming through and hunting out another character. Same with the Moloch potentially coming through. Rhino moved up here to deny this objective from the Tyranids. At this point, it doesn't really matter, I guess, being that Tyranids have 2 back objectives and they only need 10 points to max their primaries. But just want to kill that Gaunt, I guess. Potentially, yeah. Just for kicks and giggles. Actually, you know what? As an insurance policy, because it doesn't matter, the Rhino is just going to drive here and get some extra shots at the Swarmlord. So that is it. I am going to spend some CP here, though. I have 2, being that I gained 1 with my Chapter Master, who is just right below there, giving the bonus as well to these guys for the rerolls to hit 2. So I'll just move right into it. So I spent all my CP, 1 to allow the Marines here to fall back and shoot at their full ballistic skill, and then 1 for cycling back into the Devastator Doctrine, just to really ensure that old One Eye is not going to save with my guys. So we'll just start here at Swarmlord, see if he can survive the Fury here. So Plasma, supercharging. Misses. 1 hit. No. Bolter. No. Heavy bolt pistol. Hits. Wounds. Old heavy bolt pistol coming in handy. Because I did not get Catalyst off. Down to 6. Not good. Alright, Stormbolter. Nothing. From the Rhino. Now the Centurions. Here we go. Start with the missile launchers. So, seems to be pretty consistent for my hits. For those 3s. Whoa, okay. Looking for 3s again. Oh, okay. Into the Imball. Come on, Swarmy. Hey. 6 dice for the las cannons. Las cannons can hit. 3s again. Oh, so 3 Imballs coming up for Swarmlord. If he survives this, it is for sure going to seal the Tyranid victory. Here we go. No. Yes. Yes. I will command point to reroll that last one. Come on. No. No, no, no. So there's still a chance here. The Ultramarines have no CP. 2 dice rolls coming up. Here we go. Big one. If I roll a 1, Swarmlord lives. If I don't, gone. He's gone. Poor Swarmlord. Did his job, though. Here we go. Does not blow up. Sorry, Swarmlord. You done good. Over here, so I'm going to fire up these plasma guys just because they've just been kicking all game. So here we go. First regular guy. I get to reroll 1s from the Chapter Master. No, but that's important because I am supercharging. That's a regular guy and the Sergeant last. Threes again. Boom. See, you survived that, old one eye. So I need 5 sixes. He only has 2 wounds left. This would be wild. What? Oh. 2. Old one eye finally kicks the bucket into turn 5. See ya. So folks, that ends the game. So all that happened, I'll just move the ball lock up. I was debating on charging, but then I totaled the points up. This is into Tyranid turn now. The Ultramarines ended their turn with 69 points, scoring 10 for primaries in the last turn, getting a total of 40, as I mentioned, getting 6 for secondaries. Losing that banner really hurt them. And then into the Tyranid turn, these guys moved advance, got a 5, which is exactly what I need to get that last gaunt into that table quarter, getting me 3 for engage. And also getting 10 for primaries and maxing out. So in total, the final score is 69 for the Ultramarines and 73 for the Tyranids. So 45 to 40 in favor of the Tyranids on primaries, 28 to 29 in favor of the Ultramarines for secondaries. The Ultramarines hit 14 for oaths, 10 for bring them down. That's why I was debating on charging in, but somehow he died. Somehow. It wouldn't be good. Bring them down, they only hit 10. I believe, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I forgot to count here. Oh, I did forget. I mean, it still doesn't make a difference. That banners was the thing. So actually, I forgot to count the Flying Hive Tyrant one turn. So actually, the Ultramarines scoring 12 for secondaries, bringing them up to 71 still in favor of the Tyranids. But holy smokes, what a game. And then on the Tyranid side, getting 12 for engage, really missing those first few turns hurt, getting zoned out. Scramblers obviously done for 10. And Assassinate only getting 6. Couldn't quite kill off those last characters that were hidden about and placed very strategically by the Ultramarines. So fantastic game. I honestly thought playing this, it was going to be over in like turn 2. Just the way the Ultramarines hammered the Tyranids pretty quickly and just took such a strong ground early in the match. But then Old One Eye just coming in clutch on this side of the table with the Mawlock coming in handy. Saving his butt. The Mawlock and Old One Eye definitely the MVPs for the Tyranid side. If not for those two, this game would have been long over. Had that Mawlock not come up, freed up Old One Eye wouldn't have been able to kill those Eradicators. And if those Eradicators lived, I'm pretty confident Old One Eye would have been cooked. And then this side of the table, I probably would have lost that objective just with everything pushing over and no heat coming from Old One Eye. And the Mawlock just jamming things up. So, fantastic game. The Ultramarine list played really well. I had a lot of fun with it. Again, sorry and apologize for the few rules errors, but I did correct myself. Again, I do not want to ever win a game on a technicality. And if I was playing against an opponent other than myself, obviously I would 100% have allowed that little fallback bit there to reoccur and reroll to ensure that it didn't affect the outcome of the game. But that's it. Really hope you enjoyed this Tyler vs. Tyler report in the bit longer format. I know this video is going to be a lot longer than normal, but it was requested in the community poll on YouTube, and I will definitely be back to doing recaps in the future because I know that is what the channel is known for, and a lot of people really do enjoy the shorter format. It's less of a time commitment. But we will do whatever the people want. We want to put out fun and engaging content. Again, I hope you enjoyed seeing the bit of the Patreon. So if you want to become a model in one of my armies, it doesn't have to be the Tyranids if you like the Ultramarines. I know I don't play them as much, but I definitely had a lot of fun wanting to get them out more. You can certainly do so. You can become someone cool, someone who did something awesome. Really, these veterans here were pretty clutch. Keep coming back with the Apothecary. That one tax squad in the middle actually did quite well too. But you can definitely support us. There's different tiers you can jump in at with cool rewards. Like I said, becoming a model in the army. You saw Brian the Hero Duel. Teo Strippers just doing their thing, hanging out. So good stuff. And there's also the Patronic Dice Roll. Unfortunately, it went in favor of the Ultramarines, but that's the way it goes. So it's exciting when you get that roll and your name gets shouted out and see you if you made a huge impact on the game. And there's other cool things as well, so you can check us out in the link in the video description, or it's right on the channel page by the banner. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. I really hope you enjoyed this. It was a thematic showdown, right to the wire. I had a ton of fun playing against myself, and just kind of watching it unfold is kind of like watching a cinematic battle go down, and very cool seeing the Ultramarines facing off against Hive Fleet Behemoth.